Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're joining me from. You're welcome to my channel. This is Health World View, and today we're going to be talking some things going on with the royals here. And today we're talking about Harry and Meghan in regards to the upcoming coronation of King Charles. What do you think? Should they be invited? Should they participate? Let's hear the discussion and let me know what you think. This is interesting.
It's set to be a three-day extravaganza with pageantry, street parties and a concert at Windsor Castle. But what role will Prince Harry and Meghan play in the coronation?
Well, a royal insider says it will be unlikely the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will appear on the Buckingham Palace balcony with the rest of the family. After making explosive claims about the royals, should the couple be involved in the family photo calls at all? We're joined by the broadcaster, Ate Jewel, who says, of course the couple should be there on the balcony, while royal commentator Claudia Joseph says, oh, no, they shouldn't. They're no longer working royals. Claudia Joseph, right, well, they're still working, aren't they? And they're still members of the family. Is it just because they're not working royals you don't think they should be there, or because of what he said in Spare and they told Oprah?
Well, I think if you look back to the Queen's Jubilee, they were not included at that stage on the balcony. It's very difficult for the royal family because they are an institution, they are the monarchy, and that is their job. Obviously, in the past, there have been times when perhaps the press have been too intrusive and there have been problems, but ultimately the job is to do good work and to keep quiet and not talk about their feelings and what's going on in public. And it's very difficult because every time Harry and Meghan open their mouths now, they say something critical of the institution. And if they're on the balcony, that will appear in the next book.
Ate, that's right, isn't it? Back in the early 1950s, the king before George VI had abdicated, and when the Queen Elizabeth was being coronated in 1950 to 53, Churchill advised the former king not to attend because he would divert attention away from the Queen's coronation. Isn't that the same with Harry and Meghan now, that they would just divert attention away from what should be the king's coronation?
I think you just said it yourself. We're talking about 1953. We're in 2023. It is a very different time. I think the royal family are an institution and a family, and both need to evolve and heal. I think if King Charles, who is also our king, and I do support the monarchy, he's also a father, he needs to put the in unconditional and put his hand out and be the person, the bigger person, the person who will have a gesture to help heal his family. I mean, what message does it send to the whole country that when you speak about your truth, when you speak about mental health, when you speak about toxic behavior and racism, that it's met with silence, stonewalling and excommunication? They should be on the balcony.
We all hope, though, when at the Queen's funeral, and we had the pictures of William and Harry and Kate and Meghan, we all hoped that would be a moment of healing. Everybody desperately wants that. Well, I think most people desperately want that. And then what Harry then did in his book, there was no healing there.
Silence is not golden. In my family, I have so much empathy for Prince Harry and Meghan. In my family, I've been the one throwing truth bombs. I've been the one who has called out toxic behavior, and I've been met with silence and stonewalling. And I really feel Prince Harry and Meghan, they want to be dealt with. That's where all this has come from. They've said very many times, they've had private conversations, they've tried, they've been met with what they have alleged as leaking and not getting anywhere. And I really believe these interviews are deal with me. And I think the coronation would be a perfect time to heal.
It's interesting, Ate, you mentioned that they've talked about racism. Of course, Prince Harry in his interviews says that they never claimed that the royal family were racist.
They didn't say they were racist, but there was talk about how dark Archie would come out, and this sort of microaggressions we can see from the where you really from, Lady Hussey, who is Prince William's godmother.
So do you think Prince Harry is wrong when he says we didn't accuse the royal family of racism? Do you think he actually that was evidence of racism?
I think Prince Harry was being as respectful to his family as possible. I have been in that position as a Black British woman many times where people think they're being very nice to me. I've been asked if I feel more white because I'm so well educated, and that was someone who thought they were giving me a compliment. So what do you call that?
Yeah.
And
well,
so, yeah.
I mean, it's not for me to say, but Prince Harry
Exactly.
certainly seemed to be rolling back from that. Claudia, you suggest that they should, you don't use the word, but it does sound like they should be punished by not appearing on the balcony because of the claims that they've made.
No, I don't think that's at all right. I don't think they should be punished. And I think that the king is in an invidious position. I think it's really sad. He adores his son. He got on very well with Meghan.
But he could get to the high ground, the king, by saying, look, you know, frankly, it's my son and my daughter-in-law, just have them there.
I think we've got a real cultural barrier here in the sense that I don't think William and Charles understand what Harry's talking about. And I think that's part of the problem, that Harry has had some therapy. He's seeing things from a very different perspective to them. And I think they just don't understand him. And I think that's a huge problem that they...
I think, do you know what? I think it's going to be just as huge a problem if they're not on the balcony as if they are. Thank you both very much indeed.
I'm going to stop it there. What do you think? What do you think about this? Because really, they are part of the royal family. They're still having their titles. Just take out the title. He is the son of the king. So the family is, I mean, it's important that they're there. It's important that they participate. That's what I say. The healing begins to come. I know they said, well, when during the funeral time for the Queen, they thought they were going to be healed because the four of them were out there and they walk around, and they thought that would bring healing. It doesn't just bring healing if one side doesn't want to talk about it. Harry and Meghan have to learn to now begin to give themselves a space to heal without the participation of the royal family or the king and Prince Harry and all of that. You know, all of them coming together to discuss it. They want to talk about it. They want the other people to understand how they feel. And then they tell them how they feel so that both sides can say, we're sorry, you know, to compromise and settle this, what can be settled. But if some parties say, well, we just kind of stone out, like, we don't want to talk about this. You know, we don't talk about it, we don't speak, we don't do this, you know. If they don't want to talk about it indoors, they don't want to talk about it outside, then there's not going to be healing. Healing comes when people can actually talk, speak their mind, talk about it, hear the other side, and then try to work it out. You know, so it's important that for them to do that, but don't just think because people sit together, take pictures together, when you know there's some strife already, there's fighting between them, and you think because they come out, then that means they settle. No, they had to do this for the Queen because it was their grandmother. Is the king's mom. So they have to all come together at that time. If they had used that time well to talk about it, to meet privately and discuss it, that would be good. But if they don't use that well, then there won't be healing, you know. Also, they talk about the Harry said just, they didn't say the royal family was racist. I think they're just trying to, like she said, because they know that went very, very badly towards the royal family when they talk about how dark the child was going to be. What do you think that meant? How dark is the child going to be? What is your view about that? You know, let me know on the comment below. Prince Harry and Meghan, should they be at the balcony to take the picture with them, to take pictures? I think that's for them to decide. That's for the family to decide, and also for Harry and Meghan to also decide and say, we don't want to be in the balcony. We don't think we should. We want to stay behind. Yes, we want to join in the balcony. So that's for all of them to work that out. And like the lady said, if the I mean was I think it was the guy, the guy said the king has the power to decide, which is true, which is very true. The king can say, well, it's my son, we're going to be here, we're going to heal, and it might take time, but I want my son to participate. I want my son and the wife to be there. I want them to participate. I want them at the balcony. Nobody is going to say no to it. That's what I believe, because he has the authority to do so. Just as if you haven't watched one of my videos regarding Prince Charles, you just take time to what you hear. Well, one of the commentators there said before the Queen died, she has actually assured Prince Andrew that he was going to, he should wear his uniform more and he should use his title for business. So she changed it, because normally they said the royals are not allowed to use their title for business. That's what always said. No, you can't use it for business. It's only you only use it for the duties that you participate in as a royal. That's why you, because you are supported by the taxpayers' money, so you're not supposed to use it other way. So if they have to do that, if they are allowed, and that rule have been changed, then he can do it. Like he just said, it's not written on something that you cannot. No, it's not engraved anywhere that it must not be changed. No, it's not written in stone. No, he should be able to make that decision, and that decision is strictly on King Charles. I would think that he has the wisdom, God give him wisdom to do it that way, because he can only be king once. He can only be do his coronation as to be king once in his lifetime. That he allow his two sons that he loves to be there and to participate from the beginning to the end, because he will never have that opportunity again. And if he missed that opportunity, guess what? He could regret it all his life. He cannot rewind it back again. He cannot go back and do it again. So that's my take. Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think he should allow them? Do you think they should allow them to participate? This is going to happen on the 6th, 7th, and 8th. 6th is the coronation, a Saturday of May. 6th of May, and the 7th is going to be, they're going to just have some fun and all of that, and then on the 8th is Monday, and it's a holiday, so it's going to be all jolly all round. So hope you're going to watch it. Let me know if you're going to watch it as well. Leave a message, a comment, and then remember to like, share, and subscribe, so that the next video we make, you'll be the first to know what's going on, especially with the royals. Have a wonderful day, and any others. God bless you. Bye-bye.